it's been a long time coming for me making this video, man. I've been thinking about what I want to say from it, from my perspective. So I kind of want to start off by saying that I do love Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell is one of my favorite, if not the favorite game that I have ever played. It's the only stealth game, obviously before Assassin's Creed, but it's the main stealth game that has really grabbed me and really immersed me into its story. And I really, really do care for it. I really love it. But I'm hoping and I'm praying that Ubisoft never makes another Splinter Cell game. So if you love Splinter Cell, before you get pissed off with me and start leaving me stuff in the comments, give me a minute. Let me tell you why I feel this way. And it all started back in 2013 when they came out with Splinter Cell Blacklist. Now the game is a pretty solid game. I'm not going to front. You know, if I had to put it on the gamer review score, I would put it a 6 or a 7. It's a very solid game. But I hate that game. In my personal opinion, I think it's one of the worst games in the franchise for two very important reasons that I feel did a disservice to Splinter Cell. The first thing that about that game that I did not like was the fact that there was no Michael Ironside. Now, Eric Johnson did a very good job in portraying Sam Fisher, you know. But who we kidding, man? Sam Fisher and Michael Ironside, they belong together. You know, not having Michael Ironside as Sam Fisher, it's like not having Kevin Conroy, God rest his soul, to not be Batman. They are the same person in my mind. And the fact that they didn't have him, and I know they wanted to go a different direction. They wanted to have, I guess, a younger Sam Fisher or, what have you, but I don't care. The reason was that Ubisoft gave. You needed Michael Ironside. And from my knowledge, he's still living. So why wasn't he a part of the game? I you know, but you needed Michael Ironside, and the fact that he wasn't there, it just took me out of being immersed in Sam Fisher's story. The second reason is the fact that in that game, I noticed that uh, they were starting to put mechanics in the game that were not stealth focused. Now there is stealth in the game. You have the ghost mechanic and the panther, where you can stalk your prey and you know you can go in stealth, hide in the shadows, kill people, or incapacitate them, whatever. But they had stuff in the game, but it wasn't like the previous games where it was stealth or nothing. They included a assault mechanic where you can just run around gunning like this Call of Duty. Because let's be honest, the new generation of gamers and some of the old generation of gamers, they just don't like stealth. Stealth is a dying genre, and it doesn't pay the bills. You know, a lot of these companies believe that you cannot make a stealth game because it's not enough people are going to adopt it. They're going to want to play with a run and gun style, and that's why I believe they put it in the game. Now the problem with that is this is Splinter Cell. This ain't Call of Duty. So if Ubisoft needed to have more respect for the niche player base that it has because we've been playing. Most of us have been playing Splinter Cell since the early 2000s. I believe it came out like '01, maybe '02, the first Splinter Cell game. So it's like we've been in this thing a long time. A lot of us have, and the fact that they would add that mechanic where you just run and gun, I didn't like it. And I played that game backwards and forwards. I played it on hard difficulty. I played it on the professional difficulty. I played as much as I could with Blacklist, and I don't like the game. It just doesn't feel like Splinter Cell. And so that was 10 years ago. And now I'm looking at and Ubisoft has changed. You know, they have taken all of our beloved franchises and they turn them into RPGs. Assassin's Creed is now an RPG. Far Cry's an RPG. Ghost Recon, the last one, what was that? I don't know. Well, I don't remember what the name of it was, but the last Ghost Recon game was an RPG. So they are dead set on making RPGs because they allow the player base to play longer, and they can make it more grindy, and it's easier for them to sell microtransactions. Which personally, I think it's stupid to have microtransactions in a single player game, but that's just me. And if they come out with a Splinter Cell game in 2023, it's going to be an RPG, and I'll be damned. I repeat, I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and play a Splinter Cell game that's an RPG. Y'all gonna have me out here like Jalen Rose. I'm just not. Because that's not Splinter Cell, man. Splinter Cell's a stealth game. It's a game that has a rich story. And you're supposed to be in the shadows. You're supposed to run around and be as uh stealthy as possible. Now, I would admit the old Splinter Cell games, they were pretty unforgiving. Once you got caught, it was over. I don't want that. I don't want that. I think you can evolve stealth games to to be more forgiving. I mean, hell, look at Hitman. Hitman gives you a lot of freedom to pretty much do whatever you want. Hitman is basically a murder simulator. But if you get caught, it's not over. You can still regain and redo some things. If you get caught, you can go hide, wait for things to die down, take another disguise that's not been compromised, and go by your business. So I think they could do that with Splinter Cell, but I already know that it's going to be an action RPG like the rest of their franchises. And I just believe that that is a great disservice to the Splinter Cell franchise. And I'm not here for it. So yeah, I know that Ubisoft. There was a rumor like last year that Ubisoft was going to make a Splinter Cell remake, and I think recently, like a few months ago, there was a report that they canceled a lot of those games. I'm hoping that one of those games that they canceled was Splinter Cell because I just don't want Splinter Cell as an RPG. I don't want Splinter Cell as an action RPG. It's not right. That's not Splinter Cell. And also another main reason why they shouldn't bring back. Hopefully they won't bring back Splinter Cell is what I said earlier. Stealth games don't sell anymore. Most people don't want to do stealth because it takes time to plan and it takes time to work out the logistics of where the NPC route is, and how their route, how what is their route tree, and things of that nature. And most people don't want to do that. They want to walk in, shoot up the place, do what they got to do, and leave. So I don't know, man. That's just how I feel about it. Um, Again, I love Splinter Cell. I love that franchise, man. And because I love it so much, I don't want to see it bastardized and defaced for the love of money. So hopefully, Splinter Cell won't come back. I had a good 20 years with it, and I can always go back and play the old games. You know, those games are classics, and I just don't want them to make any unnecessary changes and not be faithful to what makes Splinter Cell Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell needs to have its soul intact. And the only way I see that happening is you don't make another one, especially if you don't get Michael Ironside to come back and reprise his role as Sam Fisher. You need him to make a Splinter Cell game, in my personal opinion. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you like the video, hit like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Gad, and I'm out.